Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports and another exciting edition of NBA Ball. Joined by Coach Stan Van Gundy and Grant Hill. This is Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce is our reporter. We've got the visitors facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. 6 to shoot. From outside, off the mark. Here's Papanikolaou. Here's Vezinkov. Fires, hitting the triple.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Here's Bellinelli. Over to the left wing. Takes a three. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Out left to the wing. Here's Papanikolaou. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Thanks. I caught up with the home team's head coach, who told me that one key will be holding James Harden in check. He said they don't want to let Harden get too much penetration, and when he does drive the lane, they're going to shade him left and force him into his weaker right hand. It's a strategy teams have used on Harden before, so we'll see how effective it is tonight.
All right, appreciate it, Allie.
Great recognition. Understanding that that one is all him.
Yeah, beating everyone up the floor and finishes off the break.
Here's Vezinkov. Shot to stop the run, and that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm.
Yeah, you want to get him going as soon as possible. A great way for him to start this game.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
Here's Bellinelli. And the ball ends up out of bounds. They'll keep possession. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. The three. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
And that's why you don't give up on the glass.
Man, his efforts well rewarded right there.
Well, that's what he does. He makes an impact with his activity on the boards.
It's tipped. Outside Fournier. Misses the three. First quarter of play, and we're about 3 minutes in. He shoots. Oh, he used the shot fake to create the angle, but he couldn't get it to fall. Misses the jumper.
Well, that one should be in his wheelhouse, but just off the mark.
Out to the right wing. And that goes out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. Six on the shot clock. From the arc. Sends it home from three-point land. He's got 9.
When you let a team knock down that many threes, you know you're likely to be on the wrong side of a run.
From outside the arc. Can't get it. 0 for 3 in this one. Buries it from 3.
Their ability to space the floor has been the story of this game.
Yeah, we thought this might be the case. You see a few of those go through the net, it becomes contagious. Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
There's 49 seconds left in the first.
And early on, they've been on a tear. Just getting whatever they want offensively.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly how you want to start a game, with a big offensive push.
Now here's Fournier. No made baskets yet. Ball passes to Fournier. This one for three. Ooh, another miss. He's 0 for 6 in this contest.
That's how you want to see them crash the glass. They've been out-hustled so far.
Pulls up. Plenty of room to knock down that one.
Their offense looking like a well-oiled machine.
Nails it from beyond the arc. Here's Bellinelli. From downtown. It's good on the putback.
What a way to begin this game. Dominating at both ends of the floor.
Obviously, guys, brilliant coaching, a perfect game plan.
And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And what do you guys think about the visitors here in this one?
Well, it looks like hitting the boards hard was an emphasis of their attack. They knew how valuable it was to do so.
Yeah, we're not surprised by this. These guys work hard, and they are physical.
Now here's Fournier. No points yet. The three is up. Zizic with the rebound.
He came out today planning to do as much damage from three-point range as possible. Well, it looks like it's time to change up the plan, guys.
Here's Morgan. They lead by 11. They set the pick. He shoots it. It's hauled in by Fall. Fall's got 4 rebounds now. Here's Papanikolaou. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
A dynamic finish, then decides to hang out a little for good measure.
Yep, that's the exclamation point right there. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Pass to Kaycock.
And just wasn't able to set up in time.
First personal foul, second team foul.
Tries a 3 off the inbound. On target from range.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
The NBA wants to ensure that every team has a shot. Commissioner Adam Silver said, "We want parity of opportunity. People aren't interested in seeing teams buy championships, and we've made progress. In the long term, we're better off with more competitive fairness among all of the teams."
That's true. It keeps everything interesting. Thanks, Allie. Here's Morgan. 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. And they're pushing it up. Here's Dorsey. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
With the defense trying to protect the interior, he pulls at the arc and drains it.
Quarter 2 and about 2 minutes in. To the wing, right side. Picked his pocket. Well, the defender's stopping the developing fast break. That looks like a transition take foul.
At the line.
Here's Evans. No made baskets yet. Here's Peters. And the ball goes out of bounds. Turned over.
A sloppy turnover. When you're not locked in, you pay the price.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. No good with the triple.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
Here's Dorsey. Perfect night so far, 2 for 2.
They didn't do themselves any favors with their shooting in the first quarter, but they're starting to pick it up now.
Pass to Morgan. From behind the arc. 5 to shoot. Jacks up a 3. The offensive rebound. Zizic. Fires for three. The shot off that time. Here's Evans. Releases. Pass to Dorsey. For three. That shot is off. 1:33 left to play in the second quarter. Here's Morgan. No points so far. He buries it from three.
Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
Three-pointer. Evans, that's good.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Shot's good by Morgan.
Well, after a silent first quarter, this is who they needed him to be. This is why you never count a guy out.
Goes up and lays it in nice and easy.
That's where they'd like all their shots to come from.
Over to the wing. Let's go with a three. Rebounded by Evans. 29 seconds left to play in the first half. Here's Dorsey. The three-pointer off the mark.
2 fouls for him now in the first half. He's going to have to be really smart going forward.
Team foul. Substitution on the court.
Here's Bellinelli. No good on the quick three. Here's Peters. Misses the deep three-point attempt.
I know that he has the ability and confidence to sink that shot, but better luck next time, maybe.
That's one of those heat check shots, and
The officials will have 2 minutes to review the play.
Locker room. They're going to bring out the monitor and see if he got it off in time.
Yeah, they're going to review that shot to make sure he got it off in time, but I think it's going to count.
And so that brings the first half to a close. They're up by 10. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
Greetings, everybody. Before we...
You take a look at the visitors. We've seen a dip in their play. One they can ill afford with a month just left in the regular season.
Yeah, this is when you want to turn up, not phase out. And turning back to our first half, things going well, extremely well, for the visiting team. Appreciate you joining.
And we played through the first half. Plenty of basketball left in this one. Outside Fournier. Here's the three. Here's Fall. Can't connect from short range. Here's Bellinelli. Still no points. Poke loose. And the ball ends up out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. Shot clock at 6. Long range from the inbound. And the three-pointer goes. Bellinelli's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Drains the triple.
When you get faced up at one end, you want to get it back at the other.
a bit of a duel going on between them. Came down the floor looking for immediate payback.
Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good.
Yeah, and they hold the lead in spite of his cold shooting night. He has not been able to get it going.
They've had a slight leg up on the boards and a big leg up on the scoreboard.
The 3 ball. It's hauled in by Fall. Fall's got rebound number 7 tonight. Right side Fournier goes up on the wing. That shot, no good.
Well, this has been a frustrating night for him, still without any points.
Gets the three to fall. 14 points for him.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
Here's Vezinkov. Off the mark there with a three. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. To the right side. Pass to Bellinelli from deep. Knocks down the triple. Bellinelli's got 6 points in the quarter.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
Outside Fournier. Lets it go from deep. That shot off.
He is really scuffling this quarter offensively. Perhaps a little frustration setting in.
Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Just great positioning to get the rebound, then get it back up.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play.
Using his size to full advantage, he beats everyone to the ball.
Fires the three. And unable to corral the miss as it goes out of play. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
It's hauled in by Bellinelli.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
No good on the three. 1:44 left to play in the third quarter here. It's good.
Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
Beyond the arc. It's hauled in by Fall. Fall's got rebound number 8 here already in the game.
Well, he certainly had trouble finding the mark this quarter.
1:22 left to play in the third. Here's Bellinelli. Fournier covering. Fires from deep. Bellinelli can't hit. Lets the three fly. The shot by Fournier, no good.
And he just hasn't been able to get it going this period.
Well, the offense has to look for ways to get him easier shots, better selections. You have to be set up for success.
Just 5 on the clock. 4-3. Nails it. He's now 6 for 8 from the floor.
Just incredible. I mean, he's really making it rain out there, knocking them down one after another.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
Fires the three. The rebound by Vezinkov.
And that's exactly how tightly you have to guard him every time he steps to the arc. He's just that good.
Here's Papanikolaou. Nice open look, but it's no good.
I'm sure he'd like to have that back. That's a missed opportunity.
The deep three. The long distance three is buried. He's got 9. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits. It may be difficult to overcome. Leading by 17. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
He's always near the top of the list for this honor. I mean, passes like these are his specialty.
Well, he's a consummate floor general, surveying the defense and delivering the pass on time and on target.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened.
Well, with his team leading, he might just want to put that one in his pocket next time.
He drops it from range.
The defense gave him a little space, and he took advantage.
Fournier covering. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Launches a three. Zizic with the rebound.
Yeah, there's no reason for the defense to get out on him right now. Just let him keep taking that shot until he shows them he's going to knock it down.
Here's Morgan. Fournier covering. Puts up a three. That one no good.
It's tough to get open in this league, and when you do, it hurts not to capitalize.
Misses the three.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
Boy, we're seeing inspired play out of them.
And that's certainly reflected in the score.
Pass to Morgan. Launches it from deep. Sinks it. What range from downtown.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
Three-pointer. Gets the three ball to go.
Yeah, way back when I started coaching, you never wanted a three-pointer on a fast break. Now, it's the shot teams are looking for.
Well, Grant, with this new media deal, more broadcasters for the NBA.
You're right, B.A., and the league benefits economically. Hopefully, more innovation on the broadcast side, too, and a chance to even reach new fans as well.
They've got a commanding lead.
It just seems like everything is going their way.
Fourth quarter play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it now.
Yeah, I think he's letting his emotions get the better of him on that foul.
The three is up. Hits the trifecta. Morgan's got 7 points for the quarter.
Wow, 5 consecutive threes. This defense looking very frustrated right now.
Here's Evans. That one's off. Still out of sync.
And they are really struggling to stop this run.
Well, this is a spot where you have to be able to go to your leaders. They need to step up and make a play to turn things around.
And the three off target. Evans is gone just 1 of 5 from the floor. Here's Morgan. Three-pointer off the mark. Pass to Evans. 1:46 left in the game. The shot comes out. They're ready to keep this run rolling.
Hey, it's been a pretty good one.
Here's Dorsey. From deep three-point land. Morgan with the rebound. Dorsey's gone 2 for 6 from the floor so far. There's the triple. It's not going to go for him. From deep three-point range. Zizic with the rebound.
I mean, he's trying to shoot his way out of what's becoming a prolonged cold streak.
Yeah, I get it, but you don't want him forcing things. It's better to get your shots within the flow of the offense.
Ooh, good defensive intensity, but you have to stay in control always.
And one of the findings in a recent league report, Stan, back-to-backs, not a major risk for injury, it seems.
Well, you know, Brian, I had a player that I greatly respected tell me that his preference would be to play 41 back-to-backs during the year because then you get 2 days off in between games. That really what was harder was playing every other day and never getting a break of a couple of days. So, look, you have to play through a lot of different situations and things, but I think back-to-backs are certainly overestimated.
Interesting. Something to consider for sure. 24 seconds left in the fourth. Beyond the arc. Kept alive. Here's Morgan. Knocks it down from distance.
Coming down the stretch, they've leaned on the perimeter game.
Well, if you're looking to get points in a hurry as the game clock's running down, that's certainly the way to do it.
And so the road team gets the W in this one. Boy, this crowd has to be shocked by...
everyone. Thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. NBA action is coming up. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me tonight, former NBA players Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony, with David Aldridge joining us courtside. We've got the visiting team facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. We've got Brown, James is out there with Korkmaz, and it's Papagiannis in at the center position. Here's Kalathis. Outside, James. This one for three. That one misses. And here we go. And that one is hammered home.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
Yeah, that's nice execution, running with purpose and creating an easy scoring opportunity off the break.
First team foul.
Fournier against James. Pass to Korkmaz. To the right side. It's stolen. Fournier passes to Fall. Here's Vezenkov. The tray. Korkmaz grabs the miss.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Here's Papagiannis. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Here's Vezenkov. He's covered by Brown. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Brown sends a screen for James. With the teardrop. Goes back up. Brown kicks to Papagiannis. Here's Kalathis. Off target from outside.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
Away team foul. First personal foul. First team foul.
On defense, the visitors. It's a 5-point game. Here's Vezenkov. No good from outside. Vezenkov's gone 1 of 3 from the field here. Here's Korkmaz. That will not get it done. He's 0 for 2. Pass to Papanikolaou. Down low. Vezenkov can't get it to fall.
And he's usually able to score on that type of defense rather easily. Surprising to see him come away empty.
And he's good on the 3-ball.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Launches a 3. Buries the long-range jumper. Vezenkov's got 6.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Kalathis passes to Brown. And here is James. 6 to shoot. They set the screen. Driving inside. That one dropped for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
And here's the fast break. And it's Brown missing. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played. Outside Fournier. Pass to Papanikolaou. Fires from deep. It's hauled in by Brown. Here's Korkmaz. And it's good for 2. 59 seconds left to play in the first quarter. For 3, Fournier. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. James, that's a 2-pointer. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Here's the break. Here's Korkmaz. It's deflected. They recover it. A 3-ball. Fall with the rebound.
Not his best efficiency this quarter. Look, sometimes that's how it goes.
Here's Vezenkov. And the powerful one-handed slam.
And he wasn't about to do anything that would get him in trouble there.
Nope, up and in with a one-hand finish, the most basic possible. Korkmaz kicks to James. Brown with a screen on Fournier. It'll count. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Up by 3. The second. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. Guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Making it as difficult as possible for the offense to find clean looks. Great stuff.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
Diallo out there at Corniche, and it's Moniunas in at the center. Pass to Okobo. Here's Corniche. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Milutinov, and the layup is good. And here's Diallo. There's a screen by Moniunas. Here's Diallo. Moniunas sends a screen for Diallo. To the wing right side. Here's Okobo. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. On Friday, and then on Thursday.
And Kevin, I think you have to look at this as an opportunity to take a step forward. Sometimes tough road trips can bring the best out of a team and bring you closer together.
No surprise there. He's about as automatic as it gets from the stripe. I hope I didn't jinx him.
And it's Evans missing.
See, that miss right there. It's why teams try to avoid the mid-range jumper these days.
From downtown, Okobo. That's good. Okobo's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make a pay.
From deep, Evans. It's hauled in by Diallo. Here's Corniche. Hasn't made one yet. Diallo, the pass to Okobo. Back to Diallo. Here's the 3. And it's Okobo missing. Now Dorsey. That's tipped. Moniunas with the steal. And here's the break. Here's Diallo. And a slam dunk by Diallo.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
A quality pass, setting up a quality shot. It's just textbook basketball.
Pass to Evans. Lets the 3 fly. Hits it from 3-point range. Evans has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Evans has gone 1 of 2, shooting from 3. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Shot good by Diallo.
Yeah, he was able to sneak it to the rim. Had enough room to get just like an easy layup.
Here's Peters. Puts up a 3. It's hauled in by Diallo. Oh, he really broke up that transition opportunity. Looks like it'll be a transition take foul.
Second team foul.
Well, here in the second quarter, he's starting to dial up his aggressiveness as far as working himself to the free throw line.
Here's Corniche. Sinks the 3-pointer.
Bringing that 3-point percentage up quite a bit this quarter. Shooting it well. The lead's going to get a little bit bigger if they can keep this up.
Yep, that one goes.
That's a guy you want taking shots, a quality offensive player.
Pass to Diallo. Fires the 3. Misses that one. His first miss of the night. 2 for 3. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Here's Dorsey. Still without a basket. Bangs home the trifecta.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to seam it up, oh yeah, you're done.
Covered by Evans. Pass to Okobo. Five to shoot. Diallo has the open look. Tried to come right back with the three of his own. It's no good. And there's the drive. And that one is stuck right through.
Oh, he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. Back to Monaco. And they get it on the jam by Monaco.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. Dorsey in the post. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Dorsey's got 5 points so far.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
There's the triple. He can't get that one. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. They lead by 2. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the 3rd quarter after our halftime.
And that's all for us. Now it's time to...
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. So it's the visitors now. They've got Fall, and it's Fournier in at the 2 spot. Calathes kicks to James. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's his first trip to the line. Free throw good, James.
For the away team.
So he gets them both. Here's Papanikolaou. Still yet to score. They've got James on out there with Korkmaz. And it's Calathes in at the point guard position. And it's Vezenkov missing.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
No one near James as he lets it go. Buries it from 3-point range. He's got 10.
What are you doing? You can't give a player like him that much space. Come on now.
Pass to Vezenkov. Launches it from deep. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Good. Brown's got his first points in this one.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Here's Vezenkov. Rebounded by Papagiannis. Papagiannis has got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Korkmaz. Pass to Calathes. On the wing, James. He's guarded by Fournier. James against Fournier. James, the pass to Papagiannis. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
The floater is so tough to defend against. Nothing defenders can really do but shake their heads.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. 3rd quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Outside Fournier. Just 5 on the clock. Fires for 3. Calathes grabs the board. And here's James outside. And that one is off.
Their first miss since the break. Still, I like how they've come out so far.
The shot's good. Vezenkov's got 13.
Feed the interior. Good things will happen.
Outside, James. And he makes good on the layup.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Fournier against James. Front past the arc. Drills it from outside. It's a close game here in Chicago. Knocks it loose. And stolen by Fournier. There's the killer two-handed slam.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
That's the last thing you need to happen down the stretch. Let's see how they respond to the devastating punch.
Shot clock at 6. Over to the left wing. To the middle. And Brown throws it down hard.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Here's Papanicolaou. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. 1:31 left in the third quarter of the game. Pass to James. Now here's Brown. No good on the three. Outside Fournier. For the lead. Coathis grabs the board. Fournier's gone 1 of 4 from the field. Here's James, and he drives in, and James throws it down.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
No doubt. That's the kind of play that can energize the whole team, and they will take it in a close game like this.
That one's good for Zenkov.
His accuracy is on another level this quarter. Really high-quality shooting.
Coathis kicks to Korkmaz. And the call is going to be... Yes, it is. An illegal screen.
And that is an absolute heartbreaker of a turnover. In a close game like this, that might be enough to impact how it ends.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
Second team foul.
Here's Coathis. He has yet to score. Pass to James. Shoots the three. Peters grabs the miss. Evans against Brown. And they call an illegal screen here.
And if you really want to make things hard on yourselves, this is exactly how you do it. Turnovers on back-to-back trips down the floor.
15 seconds left in the third. Pass to Diallo. Three-pointer. And the three ball is good. Diallo's got 7 points. And at the close of the third quarter, still a close game, and both teams putting up points in a hurry. Up by 3. And we're coming right back after this break. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
There wasn't a better pass in the game, almost like he had a sixth sense.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Cornish is out there with Diallo. And it's Maniunas in at the 5, roaming the paint.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
That's a very avoidable turnover. You gotta focus on the details.
Evans feeling it out a bit. Evans can't get that one to fall.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the three.
Second chance shot. And no good. Trying to use the glass. Cornish has gone 1 of 3 on the night. Here's Peters. There's the drive. Game winding down, and they just keep changing leads.
And guys, no separation yet, and I really don't think we're going to see any all the way down.
Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. That's to Diallo. A slam dunk by Diallo.
Vital basket there. This is just the time and really just the situation when he looks to take over.
From deep, Evans. Unleashed with the rebound.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Here's Yunus. Evans with the rebound. Evans has got his 4th rebound in this one. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
So I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
And the first one drops. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And that one ends up out of bounds. And they'll keep possession.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
Yeah, I think he was hoping to maybe even get the steal, but I agree. He's still got a good outcome.
Launches it. Shot good by Diallo. Diallo's got 5 points in the quarter. And guys, here in the fourth quarter, still a close game.
Instant classic, fellas. This one could come right down to the last shot.
Nailed from three-point land.
After sinking 1 triple in the first quarter, he nails another one in the second quarter. He's got it going on.
Here's Cornelius. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Just hammer it home, why don't you?
He might not be the athlete that some of the other big men are in this league, but my goodness, he still knows how to finish.
And he might not give you a highlight-worthy dunk anymore, but look, hey, 2 points is 2 points, and the big fella delivered.
Good on the three-point shot.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
I've been on the edge of my seat courtside. Man, this has been a barn burner.
Pass to Okobo. A three-pointer is right on target.
And those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball games.
Here's Papanikolaou. It's blocked. Here's the break. Now here's Diallo. D right on him. The layup missed. We've got 1:55 left in the fourth quarter. Inside. Papanikolaou kicks to Fournier. Misses, and he wants that one back.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
And it turns out it's going to be a foul. He was hoping for a clean pop, but the officials felt otherwise, so we'll see some free throws here. And so both free throws are good, and it's a three-point game.
Certainly some pressure on those free throws. Still delivered.
Shot from 12. No good on that one. 1:19 left in the fourth quarter. It's to Diallo. Shot clock at 5. Pulls up. Fall with the rebound. And here's the fast break.
I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
And you have to feel for him. That's the kind of miss that will stick with you for a little bit.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the team.
Good on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
Gets them to fall, and those are huge free throws. It's now a 2-possession game.
To halt the run. Can't get the layup. Here's Diallo. And they get it back. For the three. Can't hit that one. From deep three-point territory. Misses. And so it's a victory for the road team in this one. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin,
Greetings, it's 2K Sports bringing you live coverage of the NBA. This is our Sunday night broadcast. Alongside Hall of Famers Doris Burke and Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce on the sidelines. We've got the visitors facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. Korkmaz, no good. To the inside. And he dunks it down.
There is an imagination, a creativity. This guy's passing drives the offense.
Back to James. Outside, Brown. Clock at 6. Here's Korkmaz. Goes up on the baseline. Can't get it to go. Missed his first one. About a minute into this first quarter. Pass to Bellinelli. Wide open. And he hits the jumper for 2.
Well orchestrated. And then the pass is right on the money.
And just around a minute and a half into this first quarter. Here's Brown. It's James on the wing. Back to Brown. Pass to Korkmaz. James, right side. From deep three-point land. James with the rebound. And here's the fast break. And it's in there.
And after missing their first 3 shots, maybe this will get them going.
Here's Bellinelli. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Takes the 3. Counted from distance.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
And there's James from the arc. Sinks the tray.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Here's Bellinelli. Defended by Brown. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's off from three-point range.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
A minute 58 left in the first quarter. Here's Korkmaz. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. Here's the 3. Pure from three-point range. He's got 5.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
James. And slam dunk by James.
Woo! When you finish like that, you deserve to brag.
Impressive. No question.
How about that from your point guard, gentlemen? Playing big at the rim, okay?
The 3. Drills it from deep.
The big story thus far, how well they've shot the rock.
.58 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. And it's James with the jam.
And just a great screen.
And they got a high-powered finish out of it.
And my question is, where was the help? Someone rotate over and challenge.
Pass to Bellinelli. And there's a pick. And there's the drive. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
Well, defensively, to me, you've got to do a better job communicating once the screen comes.
Now, here is James. Defense right on him. Korkmaz on the wing. Here's Kalathis. Pass to Brown. Here's James. Good. And Brown gets the assist. James has got 9 points.
I know he was wide open, but that fadeaway was cash.
Off with the layup, and that concludes the first quarter of play. Leading by 4, and we'll bring you the start of quarter number 2. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And from what we've seen here from the home team, what's your take so far?
Oh, what I love was that first quarter was all about leaking out and capitalizing in transitions.
And why wouldn't they? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
Oh, almost had a 4-point play right there. But he'll go to the line with a chance for 3.
Team foul.
Hey, nice work attracting the foul from deep. He'll shoot 3.
And he sinks the second. And he nails the third.
Productive trip to the line. He doesn't like to leave points on the table.
Now here's Diallo. He's guarded closely. Pass to Corneli. Deflects the pass. To the left side wing. Here's Zizic. Here's Morgan. Shot clock at 6. Unloads. Yep, it finally drops after rolling around the rim. He's got 5. For 3, Diallo. Morgan with the rebound.
And that closeout certainly made a difference.
Well, no question, he altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking it.
Pass to Zizic. Here's Kaycock. Out to the wing. From behind the arc. Doesn't go that time. Here's the break. Here's a Kobo. Off target with the 3. Second quarter, a little over a minute and a half in. Morgan passes to Kaycock. Here's Diallo. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group. I'll tell you, you are playing with fire anytime you leave this guy open, and they just got burned.
Pass to Corneli.
It'll be a turnover.
On Wednesday, then on Friday. And here in the second quarter of action, just a hair under 2.5 minutes played. From deep. They get the rebound. Not going to go that time. Here's a Kobo. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Diallo passes to Corneli. Knocks it loose. In transition, here they come. Moving it up. The wide open shot is on the money. Give him 8 points now.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been 3s.
And the visitors call time here. For those joining us now, we're in the second quarter, about 3 minutes gone by. Pass to a Kobo.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Puts it up. Set it up with a fake, but it's offline. Boy, Grant, it's obvious who's been in control of this game.
You know, you really have to appreciate their relentlessness.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed here in the second quarter. Here's Corneli. From outside, off the mark. Covered by Diallo. Here's Morgan. 6 on the shot clock. From downtown, the shot misses. Pass to Corneli. Diallo on the wing. Fires for 3. It's hauled in by Kaycock.
That's exactly how you have to defend him on the perimeter. Can't allow any space.
Here's Morgan. Right wing. The 3 is up. And doesn't connect. That miss makes him 2 for 5. Here's a Kobo. Stop the drought. Got a piece of it. And he's able to get it back. And they'll keep possession. The dunk with a foul on top of it. So strong.
And I'll tell you what, this is a guy who doesn't take a break at all on the boards.
Yeah, doing serious work. He likes being an anchor on the glass.
Well, but as defenders keep forgetting to box him out, he continues to just make them pay.
There's 31 seconds left to play in the half. And a miss there on the triple.
No idea why he's attempting so many outside shots. It's not his day, and he needs to either look to drive or get it to an open teammate.
It appears their offense is lacking some balance right now. Maybe too much reliance on the 3-ball.
Pass to Morgan. Hold up. We're not going to halftime just yet. The officials signaling that they are going to take a look at this replay.
And, of course, they want to make sure it was the right call, but I'm not sure how much it'll impact this game. We'll see.
And we've reached halftime in this one. They're up 7. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit.
If these guys end up making the cut, this will be a dunk contest for the ages, man. They're not just out.
And that's a wrap on.
Well, for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to play. And that one's good. Pass to Korkmaz. Fires from deep. He can't hit that time. Here's Bellinelli. Fires the 3. No luck on that one. James deciding where to go with it. Again gets it to go. He can't miss. 5 for 5.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And boy, that's a terrific start right there.
A little over a minute gone here in the second half. There's a screen. Here's Kalathis. From outside the arc, hits a 3-pointer.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that 3-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Connects from downtown.
Boy, everyone is getting to their spots and then capitalizing. 3 for 4 in the quarter. Beautiful.
Here's James. And slam dunk by James.
Ooh, bouncy. That should give him a nice lift.
Good timing. They needed that one.
Well, sometimes it's about taking it into your own hands. That kind of individual play could spark his group.
And they're on the run. 3-pointer in transition. James has got 16 points now.
And their perimeter shooting numbers have been up since the start of the second half.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Pass to Bellinelli. Another shot. Got it. Good job in the low post. Bellinelli's got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, you get exactly what you want right there. Clean look, right at the cup. Nicely done.
James passes to Brown. Take it away. There's the three. And he drains it. A solid 5 for 6 now.
Well, I absolutely love the way this guy has controlled the pace tonight. They've been able to play the style they want.
Inside. And he throws it down. What a terrific lead pass.
Unselfishness can be infectious. Terrific teamwork.
Pass to Bellinelli. Launches it. And the three-pointer goes. Bellinelli's got 11 in the second half.
Yeah, he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence.
And I think the defender knows once he gets cooking, look out. The bucket looks awfully big to him right now.
Overall, their shot selection has been much better here in the second half. We'll see if the rest of their game follows suit.
A minute 9 left in the third quarter of the game. There's a screen. Let's go with a three. They grab their own miss. To the wing on the left. 6 to shoot. Offline with a three. Here's Korkmaz. Pass to James. Now Brown. Tipped. And we've got 28 seconds left in the third. Here's Bellinelli. Three-pointer, no good.
It would be smart to hold for the final shot.
Well, that's great execution if you can do that, because it takes any chance at momentum away from your opponent.
James outside. No good with the triple. And we've reached the end of the third. Up 9. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver. And he did just that.
First team foul.
With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store. Pass to Akobo. They set the pick. Here's Cornelie. Diallo outside. Oh, right between the eyes. All net that time. Diallo's gone 2 of 4 from the field. Pass to Kaycock. Out to the right wing. To the paint. Here's Zizic. And he jams it home with authority.
Not the tallest center in the league. He more than makes up for it with those crazy hops.
For 3, Diallo. It's hauled in by Kaycock. Diallo's gone 2 of 5 from the field here. Here's the pick. 4-3. The rebound by Cornelie. Cornelie's got 4 rebounds in the game. Here's Montejunas. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Just great energy on the offensive glass. That's exactly how you cut into a lead.
Boy, a slam like that is sure to give him a spark. Pass to Morgan. Takes a three. Hits the trifecta.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Here's a Kobo. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Pass to Kaycock. Here's Morgan, covered by Diallo. This one for three. Shot's good by Morgan.
Back-to-back threes, making their defense work on the perimeter a bit.
Diallo outside. Here's Corneli. Back to Diallo. Down low. To the left wing. And he drives in. He gets it in there. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth now. Diallo's gone 3 of 6 shooting from the field so far. Pass to Morgan. Lets it go from deep. The rebound by Diallo.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Offensive rebound. And he drops it in from the low post. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've played about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Drains the triple.
Coming down the stretch, they've leaned on the perimeter game.
Boy, the three-point arc has been a major factor in what they've done here tonight. You love the aggressiveness.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
And it's Morgan missing. Here's a Kobo. Pure from three-point range.
Defensively, gotta close out a little faster. That's a look he'll make with regularity.
Covered by Diallo. Jacks up a three. Ooh, coming through again. Shooting 5 for 7 now.
Absolutely ruthless. He's not about to start showing mercy now.
Well, when it's closing time, he's trying to lock the door. He's been going all night.
Tried to come right back with a three of his own, but it's no good. 43 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. Here's Morgan from the arc. Over to the left wing for three. The shot won't fall.
And you know they're extremely disappointed right now. I mean, this one getting away from them.
Well, they definitely have some things to work out, and you'd love to see them finish this game the right way.
Here's Matajunas, just 5 to shoot. Pass to Akobo, the three ball. And so the home crowd treated to a win. A competitive game, you have to feel like this.
Into 2K Sports. We've got some NBA action for you coming up. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. DA will join us tonight on the sideline. It'll be the visiting team facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. We've got Evan Fournier, and it's Papa Nicolau in at the small forward. Pass to Singelia. Clyburn traps in the tray.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Fournier. Lets it go from deep. Trains the three-pointer.
Fournier saying, you sink one on us, I'm coming right back at you.
Out to the right wing. Clyburn. That three off the mark. Pass to Vizenkov. No good with the triple. We play just over a minute here in the first. To the paint. Singelia the pass to Hackett. Now here's Bellinelli. Here's the screen. 6 on the shot clock. That three off target. Had some space there after the little pump fake. Here's Papa Nicolau. Pass to Vizenkov.
I got him.
From the arc. The shot comes out. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and power.
Pass to Papa Nicolau. Here's Vazenkov. No luck that time in the shot that would have put them on top.
He is 0 for his last however many this quarter, guys. Might need to get him out and let him settle down a bit here.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Here's Papanikolaou. Hammers it home to polish off the break.
Yeah, the clever Frenchman. Fournier solid at recognizing when the defense isn't covering one of his teammates.
And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. On the wing, Bellinelli drills it from outside. Bellinelli's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc. Fournier against Bellinelli. Beyond the arc. Fournier's shot is off. First quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Takes it inside. So the wing on the left, just 5 to shoot. Rebounded by Papanikolaou. Pass to Fall. Here's Papanikolaou. From outside the arc. The shot misses. 1:05 left to play in the first quarter. Bellinelli gets the bucket.
You have to love the unselfishness on display there. Excellent passing.
Outside Fournier. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Fournier's got 6 points.
How about dueling from long range, just going at each other?
Looks to me like there could be something personal taking place here.
Here's Papanikolaou. Fournier in the corner. From deep. That one's not going to go.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and gameplay. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
The three. Kept alive. Here's Fall. Makes it off the glass. Fall's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
And that goes out of bounds. And they'll keep possession.
Substitution on the court.
Stolen. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. They lead by 1. Let's take a quick break. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively, they put it all out there in that opening quarter.
And no one able to grab it as it goes out of bounds. And now a chance to honor a player who has been on fire recently. His play has earned him Player of the Week in the West.
And what a stretch it's been for him. I mean, it goes beyond the scoring, which he has had no problem doing. He's been all over the small things that take a shooting guard from good to great.
Now Dorsey. Pass to Peters. Goes up from the top of the key. And it's Zizic with the rebound.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
Driving the lane. Snatched away. One-on-one here. There's the three. The three-pointer is right on target.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
And guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks.
Here's Courtney, nailed from three-point land. Courtney's got 6 in the quarter.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
I think they're playing too soft on the perimeter. They can't stay so soft. They've got to get up into the shooters here.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. Here's Morgan, drains it from beyond the arc.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Deflects the pass. Zizic passes to Kakot.
Away team foul. Number 77. First personal foul. First team foul.
And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Here's Courtney. Nice shot from the wing. Courtney's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And great job from beyond the arc this quarter. They are now shooting the 3 at almost 60% for the game. Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Pass to Morgan. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. And they're running. Here's Peters. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And made possible by a heads-up play defensively at the other end.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Here's Kakot. Nothing on the board. Driving to the basket. Here's Morgan. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Morgan's gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. Pass to Dorsey. Lets the 3 fly. Kakot pulls it in. Nice pass. Nice catch and a resounding dunk.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish.
Guys, they're not backing off at all, are they?
It's Zizic, top of the key. Here's Morgan. A 3-pointer off the mark.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. The shot by Dorsey, no good.
And if they know what's good for them, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball in the 3-point lane.
Here's the break. Evans kicks to Peters. To the inside. And here comes the break. Here's Courtney. Nice fake there to create the shot, but it's no good. Pass to Dorsey. Fires for 3. That misses, and he's 0 for 4.
Man, he's just pulled a Harry Houdini in this quarter. He's completely disappeared.
Here's Kakot. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Courtney, covered by Evans. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Kakot. The offensive rebound. No good from Zizic.
Substitution on the court.
Clyburn. No good on the last second attempt there. That'll do it for the first half. They lead by 8. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow, right here on 2K Sports.
You take a look at the visitors. They're in good position, definitely among the top teams in the conference.
And just as important as the... Turning back now to our game, lots of positives in that first half for the home team.
They're getting good looks.
And that's a halftime.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. On the wing, Bellinelli, who's guarded by Fournier. Hackett on the 3 off target.
Yeah, but the defense was determined not to give him an inch of free space.
They've got Fall, and it's Fournier in at the 2-guard spot. Puts up a 3. Pass to Fall. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. This is his first free throw of the game. And he makes the first.
For the away team.
He's perfect from the line this time.
Away team foul. First personal foul. First team foul.
There's a good screen. Inside. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
We've got Evan Fournier, and it's Fall in at the pivot, manning the middle. And the wide-open shot from Bellinelli. Good on the 3-point shot. Bellinelli's got 9 points.
Not sure what the defense was thinking. I mean, you can't leave this guy open from deep.
They've got Fall, and it's Vezenkov in at the 4 slot. Bellinelli against Fournier from outside the arc. Buries the long-range jumper. He's got 9.
That's Fournier's specialty. The long-distance bomb that really hand-ties defense.
Taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the 2-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Pass to Vezenkov. The wing jumper off target.
Just 1 for 4 from the field. Not the way they wanted to start the second half.
2 minutes into the second half of play now. Here's Hackett. It's good from long range.
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Boy, I like the disposition and attitude since halftime. They're patiently looking for good shots.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks very much. James Harden is still a factor at age 35. He says, I'm more than a scorer, so for me, it's just impacting the game at the highest level. Kevin, he's led the league in scoring 3 times, but has also led the league in assists. So it's pretty much true. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Oh, don't forget, he rebounds as well as any guard right now in the NBA.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
It's stolen, and here's the fast break. Outside Fournier. Here's the 3. Bellinelli pulls it in.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
And that goes out of bounds. And they'll keep possession.
And always a bit of risk on those long passes. Lucky the D couldn't come up with it there.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Pass to Singelia. In the corner, it's Bellinelli. The 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. Bellinelli's got 12 points in the game.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
It's stolen by Bellinelli. Right wing. Clyburn. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. For 3, Fournier hits it from 3-point range. Fournier's got 6 in the quarter.
And with that 3, his second of the half, he's equaled his total from before the break.
1:12 left to play in the third. Five on the clock. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Pass to Vizenkov. Lets it go with the three. Connects from three-point range. He has 5.
Boy, at the offensive end, his game is so impressive. I mean, he's a threat every time up the floor.
And the ball goes out of play and able to keep it in.
Substitution on the court.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. From deep, Evans. That shot off. Pass to Bellinelli. Clyburn hands it from downtown.
Really nice job moving the ball around that time, picking apart that defense.
Second personal foul. Third team foul. Substitution on the court.
Evans feeling it out a bit. Here's Milutinov. Well, through 3/4 of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. They lead by 11. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, you can't run away from the DNA. When he's running the show, he makes sweet highlight reel plays night in and night out.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can count on him to continue missing.
And here's the break. Here's Evans. He drains the quick shot.
It all started with the pass. That's what coaches love to see, ball movement.
Here's Courtney. Pass to Morgan. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Drills the three-pointer.
The man has no heart, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
They look pretty demoralized to me, and that always shows through at the defensive end first.
Peters has gotten just 1 of his 4 attempts from the floor tonight. Fires from deep. Pass to Courtney. To the left wing. The 3. The shot. No good.
You know, even though they're on top in this one, you'd like him to be better out there because he's capable of being better. It sure would make things a lot easier, too.
Offensive rebound. Here's Peters. Tries again. Out to the right wing. Launches a 3. And the 3 ball is good.
And I don't care how far from the bucket he is. You've got to have a man on him. He's just too good from deep.
It's the 3-point bomb.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Here's Morgan. From outside, off the mark.
This shot's just, it's not there right now. With this team leading, perhaps, you know, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Peters misses. Peters has gotten only 1 of his 3s to drop for him. He's got 5 attempts. Pass to Courtney. Here's Morgan. Fires the 3. That shot off.
Well, in most games he can knock it down from deep, but it just isn't there for him in this one.
Right wing. Here's Dorsey. Misses the deep 3-point attempt. Zizic passes to Morgan. Sinks the triple.
Hey, I'm stating the obvious here, but he was very comfortable taking that shot. Not a defender in sight.
Peters. The basket good off the assist from Evans. Peters has got 6 points in the quarter.
could have been much better defense. I mean, you can't give this guy any room to operate.
There's the triple, and he's good on the 3-ball.
During this final quarter, he has erupted from outside the arc. Just assume every 3 he takes now is going down.
Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Morgan can't hit it.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
Clark, when you played, virtually every team had an enforcer. But that is a rare breed, it seems, in today's game.
Yeah, that's a good observation by you, I think, Kevin. I mean, a lot of teams had more than one enforcer back in the early 80s when I was playing. There's less physicality in general in the NBA today. And I think that's why you see fewer enforcers, and there's a much greater premium on skill level than the enforcement component that existed in the early 80s and maybe a little beyond that.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the fourth period. We'll see how it pans out.
You know what? Teams can get a little 3-happy down the stretch sometimes, letting it fly.
Pass to Zizic. Here's Courtney. Takes a 3. Offensive rebound. Here's Morgan. Covered by Evans. They get it back. Zizic. Fires from way outside. And so the home crowd treated to a win. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight, one that was in total control.
It's Thursday afternoon, and we've got basketball on the agenda. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. And this is Brian Anderson, along with Grant Hill and Brent Barry. Allie LaForce, our reporter tonight. We've got the visitors facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. Here's Kalathis. Fournier covering. Pass to Korkmaz. No good from outside. Outside Fournier. Here's Fall. Here's Vezenkov.
Home team foul.
Three-pointer.
James. First personal foul. First team foul.
The three. Counted from distance. Vezenkov's got 5 now.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
Now, here is James. And all around the rim that time before dropping.
He didn't need to fade back. No one in his face, but he buried it anyway.
Now Fournier. Oh, a big finish with a one-handed jam.
Oh, man, don't see that much Fournier up at the rim.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Thanks. I caught up with the home team's head coach. Yeah, guys, Coach mentioned how Domantas Sabonis can be a game wrecker in the paint. Coach told me we need to get big bodies on Sabonis and force him outside, make him move around. We need to knock him off the blocks if we can. So it sounds like the defensive game plan may revolve around Sabonis, guys.
Great work, Allie. Thanks. Here's Papanikolaou to the inside. Oh, it's stolen away. And they're running. Korkmaz, good. Korkmaz has gotten his second bucket of the game.
And just Shakespearean there, a smart read. Saw the defense was collapsing inside, so he wisely pulled up from the outside and drilled it.
Now here's Fournier. There's a screen. Lets the three fly. Can't hit. 1 for 2 now. James outside. Here's Brown. The shot that time not on target. It's a one-on-one situation. Here's Papanikolaou. And that one is hammered home.
And he gives up some size inside, but makes a great adjustment on the finish.
Yeah, the big man not going to slow him down from getting that deuce.
James against Fournier. Pass to Brown. Back to James. Puts up a three. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in. James has got 5.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Here's Papanikolaou. Oh, a rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Just great offense. The screen freeing him up for the slam.
Hey, without that screen, he doesn't get a clean look at the rim.
Yeah, well, I settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that.
Now here's Fournier. 4-3. Gets it to go. That makes him 2 for 3 in this game.
Well, he's got the long-range motion going now. Fournier for 3.
James outside.
Away team foul. First personal foul. First team foul.
A 3 off the inbound. That one doesn't drop.
Man, you get so caught up in the bravado of someone scoring on you and you wanting to even the score. Unfortunately, he couldn't answer back.
Inside. Pass to Fournier. The 3. Here's Vezinkov. Got a hand on it. Here's Korkmaz. He has 6. And he hits it and gets hacked. A 3-point chance here if he can convert.
Any possession that ends in a shot from that range after a good player and ball movement, that's a good one.
There's 48 seconds left in the opening quarter. They set a pick. Here's Evans. Off target from outside.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
And we've got a whistle. He was fouling with a purpose. And in that spot, in that situation, it's got to be a transition take foul. Here's James. Pass to Korkmaz. The 3 ball. No good there.
Practically a block. Good, strong challenge.
Yeah, altering the shot just as long as there's a miss. That kind of energy not wasted.
These teams just feeling each other out.
Yeah, I love the spirit out there. Already 6 lead exchanges.
From downtown. Outside, Brown. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And what do you guys think about the visitors here in this one?
Well, there's no reason to take risky shots when you can collect points at the rim.
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
Here's Matajunas. Here's Akobo. Pass pass to Diallo. Shot clock at 6. Fires from deep. And it's Dorsey with the rebound. Takes a 3. Peters' shot is good.
Now, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
Here's a Kobo. On the take. Nice move. And he sinks the layup.
When you use it right, the pump fake's as effective a move as there is.
Here's Peters. Oh, they get a hand on it. Banked it in off the glass.
In the NBA, you just can't let guys get to the rim.
Here in the second quarter, a little over a minute of play. Here's Dorsey. He's scoreless. Launches it. The rebound by Diallo. Here's Matajunas. The layup off target.
Everything right except the finish. Have to keep focused all the way through the play.
Shrugs off the contact and dunks it home. He'll go to the line.
They keep capturing the lead, then giving it back. We'll see if they can hold on to it this time.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
Diallo on the wing. Here's Peters. It's tipped. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Can't get it to fall. 0 for 2 now. Three-pointer. Offensive board. Here's Evans. And terrific work on the offensive glass as he picks up the deuce.
A stronger defensive presence would have saved them 2 points.
It didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound in the possession.
Now here's Diallo. And he goes in for the dunk.
Oh, save that for the dunk contest. That flush was so extra.
Whether or not this game is close, he's the same guy. Focused on finishing firm at the rim.
Slams it down with 2 hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now. Here's Evans. Here's Peters. Drills it from deep. Peters has got 6 points in the quarter.
It took a little bit of time, but now he's taking the pen off the cap and putting his mark on this game.
To the wing on the left. Got a piece of it. And here comes the break. Here's Dorsey. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
The home team calls timeout. And for an idea of how the league is shaping up right now, take a look at these latest power rankings. You take a look at the home team. They're having a little bit of trouble right now, hanging in the middle of the league.
When I look at this visiting team, they've really found their identity as a team, managing to establish themselves as serious contenders.
Here's a Kobo. To the paint. Here's Cornelie. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
Getting enough shots in close to play inside out.
We've got 1:23 left to play in the first half. Here's a Kobo. And here's Diallo. Count that one. Diallo's gotten 2 of his 3 shots to go tonight. And that one is stuffed right through.
And after putting it down, he dangles from the rim a little.
Man, that's borderline taunting right there, Grant. They're playing with a certain swagger right now. Now here's Diallo. 43 seconds left in the first half. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Dorsey. The three-pointer off the mark.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
From outside the arc. Diallo, that one's good. Diallo's got 7 points. Diallo's gone 3 for 4 from the floor tonight. Pass to Akobo from the arc. No good. Here's Dorsey. Off target from three-point range. Fires from way outside. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Up 5. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
You take a look at the visitors. I had them as a top team before the season, and now I'm picking them to make the finals. Tell me I'm wrong, Kenny.
All right, looking back now at that first half, a bit of a hill to climb for the home team.
How have they kept...
Thanks for tuning in.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. Now, here is James. And slammed, dunked by James.
Woo-wee! What a big finish out of the backcourt.
That might be exactly what they needed at this point of the game.
Defense has got to be better. Flat out effort was not there.
Now here's Fournier. Lets it go from deep. Here's Fall. There's the block.
We talk about things at halftime, and then you come out and you go 0 for 3. I'm sure that wasn't up on the board.
And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Yeah, you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
It's his first trip to the line, and he drops the first.
2 shots.
He does not get the second one. James against Fournier. Here's Papanikolaou. Pass to Fournier. There's the 3. Knocks it down from distance. Fournier's got 8 points.
Well, there it is. 0 of 3 to start the half, and finally something finds its way through the net.
Here's Korkmaz. He's got 7. 6 on the shot clock. Here's James. Fournier with a rebound. Just over a minute and a half played in the third. Here's Vezinkov, defended by Brown. Here's Papanikolaou. And there's the screen. He takes it in. Oh, a two-handed power slam.
And you can't leave the basket unprotected. Bad things will happen to you.
Yeah, that was just way too easy.
Will not find a higher percentage opportunity than that.
That one goes. Count it. James has gone 4 for 6 from the field. Fournier for 3. Knocks down the long J. He's got 11.
D has been just completely helpless and turned around. He's so dangerous when he's in this kind of rhythm.
Pass to Korkmaz for 3. Nails it from beyond the arc.
And not wasting any time here, kicking their offense right back into gear. That's 3 of 4 from the field.
Here's Vezinkov. He's got 7. Now here's Fournier. Checked by James. From behind the arc. The shot by Fournier, no good. Brown looking around. James. Here's Kalathis. Pass to Korkmaz. And here's James. Oh, hits the outside fadeaway. James has got 12 points.
And he was dominant in their last outing. And the same thing here tonight. He is in a terrific groove right now.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
Here's Kalathis. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Brown passes to Korkmaz. Now James. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game. Both free throws good from James.
At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
Now that's how you capitalize on a screen.
Yeah, good positioning, too. Gave him a clear path to the hoop.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Out to the right wing. Here's Kalathis. Pass to Korkmaz. For the tie. He drops it from range. He's got 13.
Exactly what every offense needs. Shooters who can force the defense to extend.
Oh, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
Here's Kalathis. 7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
I just love the aggressive finish.
Now, I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. Here's Peters. Yes, on the jumper.
Can't talk enough about the subtleties in that setup right there. The assist, really the key to that entire sequence.
James with the ball. 14 points for him. The three. Drops in the three.
He's got a sweet stroke from long range. Plenty of bigs do now.
That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. They lead by 3. We've got more hoops coming your way in just a minute. And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Here's Peters. Here's the three. Sends it home from three-point land.
And just great intensity down the stretch. I mean, he really wants to rock with the game on the line.
Take a look at him. Locked in right now in this moment. Wants the ball in his hands and feels real comfortable with the shot he's taking.
Oh, what great action we've seen tonight. Hard to imagine a more entertaining game.
No, this is about as high-octane a game as you're going to find.
Here's Peters. Into the lane. Ooh, and they immediately answer back with a dunk on the other end.
And nobody putting out much of an effort to stop him.
Surprising, in a close game, a lack of energy on defense.
On one side, inspiration. On the other, devastation.
Pass to Diallo. 16 feet out. And it's Dorsey with the rebound.
That might not be the shot they want him taking, even with the D backing off.
They set the screen. Takes the three. The shot no good. Dorsey's gone just 1 of 5 shooting from the floor. And just about a minute and a half gone by in the fourth. Pass to Corneli. The three is up. Rebounded by Evans. Here's Dorsey, covered by Diallo. To take the lead. Nails it from 3.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
The coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. He got burned on that one.
And even from where we're sitting, you could clearly tell it was a foul.
The free throw drops for Diallo.
2 shots.
And Diallo drops them both. Here's Evans. This one for three. The rebound by Corneli. Pass to Diallo. The three is up. Hits a three-pointer. Diallo's got 7 points here in the quarter.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
And Fall gets it to go. Boy, you love how guys are making plays for one another here.
Yeah, just a balanced attack, a total team effort.
Away team foul. Peters, third personal foul, second team foul.
Here's a Kobo. Sinks it from distance.
That's exactly the kind of shooting you need down the stretch to win games.
Here's Evans. Lays it up and banks it in.
Smart play call to get him something at the rim.
Well, taking advantage of that opportunity, it does not get any more high percentage than that one.
And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, PA.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use two hands next time. He knows where he is.
Get up there, young fella. Sometimes as a point guard, you got to take it yourself.
Well, it's okay to be selfish when you can flush it like that.
Well, if he's calling his own number, there's a reason for it. There you respect the decision-making from him out there.
BA, I'm not sure he should be flaunting around the rim like that with this game so close.
Oh, it's risky, but it sure did look good. .133 left in the fourth quarter. To the middle. Here's Montejunas. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Precision pass into the post. Well-earned assist.
Pass to Evans. Here's Fall. Here's Dorsey. That three's off the mark.
Well, you make strides to get back in the ball game, but an errant shot like that can definitely cost you any kind of momentum. Have to use better judgment there.
Here's a Kobo. Pass to Corneli. Shot clock at 5. Diallo outside. Beyond the arc. Ooh, now 7 for 9 after that make.
Really feels like they're in control. They've got a big lead with time dwindling.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
Here's Corneli. 7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Diallo, that one's good.
Finishing the game strong. This is how you shut the door on any hopes of a comeback.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
Fires away from way outside. So the home crowd happy here as they get the victory. Even early on in this game, they appeared happy to be playing at home.
Welcome, everyone, to a great Sunday night with the NBA here on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. On the sidelines, it's David Aldridge. It'll be the visiting team facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. Hackett. And a miss there on the triple. Calathes kicks to James. Good. It's Calathes who picks up the assist.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Here's Hackett. Out to the wing. Clyburn. He's covered by Brown. Rocket 6. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Ooh, he put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time. Here's Calathes. There's a screen. Here's James. And the dunk by James.
Hey, dunks aren't always for the big fella.
A serious power move from the point.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
Five to shoot. Here's Hackett. Sinks the three-pointer.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
Now here's James. 5 points in the game. Here's Korkmaz. Pass to Calathes. Back to Korkmaz. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Clyburn. And the ball goes out of bounds. Turned over. And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, I was able to catch up with the head coach of the home team. Well, he's worried about a number of issues, and front and center, James Harden. He said James will dissect you. It's hard to speed him up and hard to slow him down. He's their catalyst. But he thinks if they do a good job on Harden, they have a good shot at winning. Guys?
All right, thank you, David. Now, here's Bellinelli. Over to the left wing. From deep. The rebound by James. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played. Here's Calathes. Bellinelli is covering. Calathes kicks to James. Fires the three. That's no good, and now he's missed two and made two. Pass to Bellinelli. There's the pick.
2 minutes remaining.
Jacks up a three. Rebounded by Papagiannis.
Well, that is stifling coverage on the perimeter. That's how you stop a good shooter in his tracks.
Calathes passes to Papagiannis. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Wasted no time on that one. He's got 6.
The D just sagged off just enough, and no hesitation on his part.
James looking around. A fadeaway. Good on the triple. James has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Well, what a quarter he's had. You can tell he's in the flow. They should be looking for him every possession.
And here we go. Fast break. James has got it. Pass to Calathis. Here's Korkmaz. Good. That's Calathis who picks up the assist. Calathis has got 3 assists in the game. It's tipped. Pushing it up. Here's Calathis. That doesn't go, and he's 0 of 1 from the field. 6-second difference between shot and game clock. Pass to Sangelia. Kleiber. James covering. 5 on the clock. Kleiber. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Oh my. I mean, that nearly brought the backboard down with that slam.
Well, don't you think, Ray, that's always a possibility when he's the one to finish?
No doubt.
Well, that's what poor defense will get you. They deserve to get dunked on there.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. And getting going again here in the 2nd quarter. Fairly close game so far. Guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
In that first period, they showed a willingness to make the extra pass.
Yeah, it's the kind of offense every coach loves to see. Selfless and smart.
We've got Zizic, and it's Kaycock in at the power forward. A 3-ball. Adiunas grabs the miss.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Here he goes. And the basket is good.
Well, that's easy pickings for him. Unless the defense is all over him, he'll take that all day long.
Here's Courtney. Pass to Morgan. And he stepped in the line, so they turn it over. Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in. Now Diallo unloads from 13. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Diallo.
The defense will take that miscommunication. Not even close.
And we play just over a minute of basketball here in the 2nd quarter. Here's Kaycock. And he banks in the layup.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
Here's a Kobo. No scoring in this one. 2nd quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. Courtney, that's good. Here's a Kobo. Pass to Corniche. Screen by Diallo. Nice move. Got a piece of it. And they're pushing it up. Here's Courtney. To the middle. It's picked off. Now here's Diallo. Defense is right there. Off target with his 3. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the 2nd quarter. Here's Morgan. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. To the left side wing. A slam dunk by Diallo.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And guys, you cannot allow that in a close game. You have to make it harder than that.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
And the layup's good off the glass.
Well, that's what you're looking for. Shots from point-blank range.
Here's a Kobo. Hasn't made one yet. Lets it go from deep. Kaycock pulls it in. Kaycock's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Pass to Morgan. And so they foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And it's all evened up.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
A slam dunk by Diallo.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. And they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
Oh, Kevin, not a petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunnies. Montianis kicks to Diallo. Shoots the 3. Bangs home the trifecta. Diallo's got 10 points in the quarter.
Well, his offense is carrying them right now. And even with the defense keying on him, he's making great adjustments on the fly.
There's the pick. To the paint. Pass to coordinate. From the arc. Montianis grabs the miss.
Definitely got to use the clock here and get the last shot.
Yeah, but if you get an open look, you got to think about taking it no matter how much time is left on the clock.
Here's Diallo into the lane. A slam dunk by Diallo.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
Well, that's too easy. As he says, let me add to my highlight reel.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Doesn't go that time. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. They lead by a bucket. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. How about we get to see the haves and the have-nots on this list?
A few of have-nots have really disappointed. Shaq, have I ever disappointed you?
Never on the court, Kenny, but as a broadcaster, still not sure about it. At the defensive end, I'm not seeing disruption. I don't mean just forced turnovers. I mean taking the offense out of the rhythm.
Yeah, I mean when you're... Thank you for being with us.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. They've got Korkmaz. He's out there with Brown. And it's James in at the 2-guard position. Pass to Kalathis. 6 to shoot. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
First personal foul.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
He's off on the second. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. James, the pass to Korkmaz. Back to James. Driving in. Lots of room. Count the basket.
And likes the view from there. He's a strong mid-range shooter.
Yeah, and once you see that advantage from the sideline, you just want to yell at him to shoot the ball.
Down low. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Pass to Papagiannis. Here's Korkmaz. They swipe it. And here they come. Here's Sangelia, and he jams it with authority.
And the defense to start that play was terrific. I love the fact that they attacked early in the shot clock.
Now here's James. 8 points for him. Korkmaz passes to James. Here's Kalathis. Shot clock at 6. This one for 3. And no good.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
In the corner, it's Bellinelli. From downtown. Rebounded by Papagiannis.
Well, that one didn't fall, but otherwise, they've been excellent shooting the ball to start this half.
Korkmaz. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
Oh, going high to throw that one down.
Sky high. Fantastic one-hand jam. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
And here's James outside. Buries it from three-point range. James has got 11 points. This game has a lot of character here in the third period. 6 changes of the lead here.
Intensity is the theme for this one.
And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. There's 1:54 left here in the third quarter. 2 on none. No one back to stop this. Got a hand on it. And even 3-on-3 break.
Away team foul. First personal foul. Second team foul.
Papagiannis kicks to Kalathis. Connects from three-point range. Kalathis has got himself on the board with 3 there.
Well, coaches will take that any day. Don't pass up open threes like that.
Pass to Sangelia. Going inside. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Kalathis passes to James. To the wing right side. There's Korkmaz. Just 5 on the clock. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Oh, and he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
Away team foul. First personal foul. Third team foul.
The first free throw is good, so both teams making some changes here. He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Courtney offline with his 3. A tight game here in Los Angeles. Kalathis passes to Okobo. And here's Diallo. Pass to Okobo. 3-pointer. That one no good. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Up 2. And right after this, we'll... And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
Well, that is what coaches want from their point guard. Set others up, play the game the right way.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. They've got Corniche, and it's a Kobo in at the shooting guard. Morgan the pass to Zizic to take the lead. Corniche with the rebound.
Well, I don't love him taking that shot, especially with the defense right there.
Pass to Diallo. Picked off in midair. Fast break, here they come. Here's Kaycock. And he goes in for the dunk.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Well, as a coach, turnovers will drive you nuts, but sometimes that happens when you're aggressive. So there's a balance.
A slam dunk by Diallo. We can expect a dramatic end to this one.
Yeah, no quit by either side, guys. Neither team willing to give any ground.
Here's Courtney for the three. Adiunas grabs the miss. Adiunas has got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. Launches it. And it's a Kobo missing.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Over to the wing. Here's Morgan. Pass to Kaycock. And the ball ends up out of bounds. They'll keep possession.
Checking in for the away team, number 00, Will Clyburn.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. A rim-rattling two-handed jam.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, you got to love that kind of effort. Getting in there and fighting through the defense.
Out left to the wing. Here's Corniche. Traps in the tray. Corniche has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Defensively, you can't back off him that much. You don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
First team foul.
That free throw good from Diallo. Diallo hits them both. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Here's Morgan, and the three ball is good. Time running low, guys, and somebody has got to win this one.
Yeah, well, who knows? We might need overtime in this one. It's been that kind of a game.
And here's Diallo.
Away team ball. Coming onto the floor for the away team, number 53. Number 53.
Plenty of drama in this one so far.
Yeah, don't be surprised if it isn't decided until the final buzzer.
Clyburn. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Fundamentals, guys, using the one-hand slam.
Really makes the basics look pretty exceptional. Mr. Diallo takes the three. They grab their own miss. And the jam by Adiunas.
There's no bigger play in a close game than a putback slam.
Oh, and that one's got them all hyped up. Wow.
Yes, some guys shrink in big moments, and some rise to the occasion.
Here's Courtney. They set the pick. First free throw is good, and that will put them up by 2. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 3-point game.
Look, every trip to the line counts, but getting all of these was extra important.
Back to James. Pass to Corniche. Diallo with it. He takes it in. Oh, wow, what a great move inside.
That is incredible.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
James kicks to Diallo. Oh, wow, a huge basket to tie the game. Huge bucket.
I think the roof's about to come off this place. And they had a foul to give, but you want to use it on the ground.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. He can't make the second free throw either. Missing both. 34 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And he commits the intentional foul. There's 31 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Outside, James. To the middle, Corniche. Rebound by Shingelia. And they go to the intentional foul. He knocks down the clutch free throw. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 2-point ball game.
That's just clutch work, really. That's all you can say. A little bit of D now, and they'll be out of here with a win.
James, the pass to Okobo. For 3, here's Diallo. Misses the 3. And so the road team gets the W in this one. They break the...